What you guys, got another video here for you. Stop disabling Windows search. That's what we're going to be talking about today. If you've ever searched for ways to speed up Windows, you've probably seen advertised videos on YouTube telling you to disable Windows search. And you can see we do have Windows search indexing turned off on this system. But what if I told you in 2026, disabling Windows search is usually one of the worst optimization tips that you can follow? So to understand where this advice come from, we need to go back in time. Years ago, many computers run on slow mechanical drives. Windows search would continuously index files in the background. This was because searches could be performed a lot quicker with indexed files. But let's do a quick search for a file or a document on my computer with search indexing turned off. You can already see that is taking quite a long time to try and find that particular file. And that's because we don't have any indexed files on this system because it's turned off. So picture a room full of documents and you're trying to find one particular document. Without it being indexed, it would take a long time like it's doing right here. And that's because the files are not indexed. Once you turn on Windows Search Index, it's going to scan the whole computer and index all of those files. So when you're searching for a particular file, it will find it instantly. Now, some people will argue because you've got an SSD, you can turn it off and you will instantly find your files because you've got a super fast SSD. And this is simply not the case. You can see that it's just found these documents here with Britec 09 in them. And that took quite a while. So my super fast PC and super fast SSD that I have in this system has become really slow. And this is because we don't have search indexing turned on. But in 2026, most computers have SSDs. SSDs are dramatically faster than traditional hard drives. If you see right here, I'm doing a search in the start menu and no results come up because there's no indexing. And this is a big problem. A lot of people don't show you things like this on their YouTube channel. They just show you how to disable stuff, but they don't show you the results and what you would get by turning it off. You can see inside the search box, if I put Britec 09, nothing comes up. And that's because it can't find it. It says no results were found. No indexing on, it can't find the files. And this is a big problem for people that have a lot of documents or a lot of data on their computer. So this is where you've got to be careful when you're running debloat scripts on your PC because it could disable Windows search, which will actually make your computer slower. I've got a Ryzen 7 processor in here. It's the latest processor and yet it's super slow because it can't find the documents I'm looking for. And it doesn't matter what you're looking for. You can see I will do another search for Crystal Disk Mark right here. And you can see it's still taking a long time to try and find that actual file or program on my system. So when search is turned on, you can do a search on your system and it should instantly find documents, system tools, programs, all these things instantly on your computer. Now, I make educational videos on this channel and I try to back it up by showing you what happens in real time on the computer so you can actually see what I'm saying is true. And this is the problem with YouTube. They make videos on YouTube and they claim a lot of things, but they don't show you the results. And this is because they're trying to con people into thinking it's faster. And you can now see it's finally found Crystal Disk Mark right here. And that to me is way too slow, especially for a bleeding edge computer that I have here. And you may be saying that I don't have a fast enough SSD on my computer. Well, I do. I have Gen 5 SSD NVMe drive on here, which is super fast, reads and writes. And as people claim on their channel that disabling Windows search is the way forward because it speeds up your computer, you can see I'm getting 14,329.61 reads and 13,469.59 writes. That is super fast and it should be finding data very, very quickly. But it just goes to show you by disabling Windows search, and you're actually slowing down your computer. There's a lot of misinformation on the internet, and people just keep rehashing the same old stuff without actually showing evidence of improvements to the PC. And again, this is one of the big ones that I see a lot of people doing, which is turning off search indexing. You can see indexing is not running, it's turned off. And we definitely want to turn it on so I can show you the difference in search results. So let's go down and turn on Windows Search right here. So we're going to go down here to Windows Search. You can see it's been disabled. And this was some form of script that I run on this system. This is a Windows 10 system. It will be even quicker having this enabled on Windows 11. So I'm going to enable and start this service and now click OK. And now we can go back to the indexing part of Windows and we'll take a look here. It's now starting to scan my computer and it's going to basically find all of the data on my system and also all the applications. So when you're searching for things, it will find these items very, very quickly. Well, I hope so. So don't take my word for it. Test it for yourself on your own computer and you will see a massive improvement. So I'm just letting this indexing do a search on the PC and I will do a restart of the computer. Now, again, you can do different types of locations that you want the search index to search. You can do different files. So if you have different types of files, normally they're all listed right here and they're all checkmarked, which will normally cover just about everything you need. But also if you want to modify, say for instance, the C drive and put in a search index on there, it will do. You can see the C drive is turned off. The only part that it's searching is the user profile on our C drive. But if you want it to search everything on your drive, you just check mark the whole drive and it will basically check everything. But this will take some time to rebuild the search index if you did that. I'm going to leave that off and just leave the actual user profile here. So it searches everything inside my documents, my music, my videos, and so on. So is there a time when you should disable Windows Search? And the answer to that is yes, if you're running a kiosk system or you're running, say for instance, virtual machines, or you've got really extremely low-end hardware. Believe it or not, this can actually make the system run a bit better. But on modern day computers, you can see right here instantly, it's finding them files. When I did a search for Brightech 09, that file come up instantly. And this is what you're going to be missing by turning off, you know, your search indexing. And I can do a search for, say, Crystal Disk Mark as well, and it will find it, the application, instantly. And it wasn't finding it inside the start menu search here, and that's because it wasn't indexed. So like I said, try it for yourself. Don't believe everything you see online. There's a lot of stuff online that is just not true, and of course people will keep rehashing this stuff over and over and over and over again, and just for clicks and views. But really, if I did a search here, straight away you can see Crystal Disk Mark come straight up, and I can open that application rather than doing a search for it in here before when it wasn't finding anything. And that's because all of this stuff wasn't indexed. And again, I'm not even putting in the full word here, and it's still finding the application very, very quickly. So your productivity will speed up by using Windows Search. If you turn it off, again, you're just going to slow down your productivity. You're moving around and doing things on your computer will be slower. So really, it's not actually speeding up your PC, is it? And doing a search in the start menu will be just as quick here. You can see it's finding these instantly as I type it in right here as well. And I'm pretty sure people do search for things on their computer on a regular basis. And if you're one of those people, then leave the Windows Search on, because it does make things a lot easier, in my personal opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. My name has been Brian from brightechcomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who have joined my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. I'll catch you in the next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. Bye for now.